Hi, my name is Rich Hanlon. I'm your Wild Neighbors Nature Connection Nature Guide. Today I'm spending a couple hours in one of my favorite sit spots behind my house in the northern reaches of New York's Adirondack Park. Sometimes I like to walk the trails and observe the birds and the other members of nature's community as I go. But I found that the most meaningful way for me to experience connection with nature's community, to learn from and about the wildlife, and to discover myself as part and parcel of the landscape, is by finding a place to remain still for at least 30 minutes or more. And in so doing, we get to not just get a quick snapshot of an animal, but to observe it in its home, to watch where it goes to rest, where it goes to forage, to learn about its relationships with the other members of nature's community in that place. And so I invite you to join me for a little while at my sit spot this morning. Let's see what the members of nature's community are up to today. When I go to one of my sit spots, it's usually after about 20 minutes of remaining in place where I begin to see wildlife in close proximity to where I am. After remaining in place in my sit spot for about 20 minutes today, a family of black-capped chickadees passed by overhead, a couple of adults with their young of the year following them as they foraged through the branches. A blue-headed vireo was also seen foraging nearby. Here I got to watch one of the chickadees foraging for probably spiders among beard lichens that are draping on the branches of this balsam fir. After remaining in place about 45 minutes, I got to observe this dark-eyed junco singing over its breeding territory. Often spending time in one of my sit spots provides me with opportunity to notice some of the smaller members of nature's community. The developing berries of Canada Mayflower, a mushroom on the forest floor. After remaining in place about an hour, a couple of nest marauding blue jays passed through the forest, and as they did, this robin alighted to a high perch and let out a couple of sharp alarm calls. She stands guard, a sentinel, watching over her forest domain. After a few minutes, the blue jays have gone on to a different area, and this robin resumes the baseline activity of preening. As I was watching the robin and the blue jay, this chipmunk appeared in the forest carrying leaves into its underground dwelling. Watch as it disappears into a hole only about 7 feet in front of where I was sitting. And now, before going to gather up more leaves, it's time to do some grooming. Watch how the chipmunk does its own equivalent of washing its hands. Before going on with the rest of the day's activities, the chipmunk pauses to reveal that it is well aware of my presence, but that it's not alarmed because it has chosen to accept me in my sit spot as part of its environment. If you're planning on visiting New York's Adirondack Park and are hoping to observe some wildlife, I encourage you to take at least 30 minutes or a couple of hours to remain in place at a spot regularly frequented by wildlife. I think you might be amazed at what the members of nature's community have to reveal to us and the ways that they can not only show us the character of place, but also help us to discover ourselves as part and parcel of the landscape. If you're looking for a guided experience during your next visit, please reach out to me via Wild Neighbors Nature Connection. You can visit the Wild Neighbors Nature Connection website at www.wnnc.net. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.